Hey, what's up, my YouTube fam? I'm back. This is Larry with Invest and Build Your Credit and Wealth. First, I want to say apologize. I know I was trying to get this video up last night, but I was just having difficulties with my video editing software. So I just got frustrated to say, you know what, I'll just redo this video and I will post it today. So that's what I'm doing. But hey, thank you for all my new subscribers that are coming to the channel. Hey, I appreciate y'all for reaching out, subscribing to the channel. You know the deal. Just hit the like, share, and the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'm just trying to give good credit repair information. I get tired of hearing a lot of people give out a lot of bad information or just throw stuff out there without any substance to what they're doing. Nothing that says anything they're saying is in any kind of manual. It's just stuff that they throw out there. So I'm the guy that's going to be real with you and tell you the truth about credit repair, how to repair it, the strategies that you can use, all that type of stuff, how to build your credit. That's what I do. So, but hey, I appreciate all y'all new subscribers. So getting into the video, the first series of Metro 2, we talked about debt buyers and collection agencies, but we just did the foundation of how, what categories or lines that debt buyers should be filling out on your credit report. Today, I'm going to give you some illustrations on how it was entered inaccurately and how it's entered accurately and how it's entered almost right, but there's one little thing that is wrong, and we're going to cover all of that. So just understand, if you didn't go back to the first video, go back to the first video. I really just kind of break down the foundation of Metro 2, what it is, and how, creditors, not creditors, but debt buyers and collection agencies should be entering information on your credit report. If you're not familiar with Metro 2, it is the standard guideline on how creditors, debt buyers, collection agents should be entering information through the Metro 2 system to the credit reporting agencies, which it comes out on your credit report. They set those guidelines. They set those standards. So it's our job and your job when you're trying to dispute inaccurate information that you base it either off the Fair Credit Reporting Act and Metro 2. But it's stronger because Metro 2 gets detailed about how this stuff should be entered, the codes, everything. So if you want to learn more about it, shoot me an email. But I am trying to give you classes, and I'm going to do a series of classes on different categories. If it's credit cards, if it's like we're doing now, debt buyers, collection agencies, mortgages, all that, student loans, all this stuff is in the credit resource guide, which houses the Metro 2. So we're going to get into that and kind of break everything down for you. So thank you, and let's get into the video. So when you're dealing with your credit report and collection agencies, there are specific things that they must do when they're reporting that information on your credit report. And doing credit repair and helping people clean this stuff up, I run into a lot of different things that are just plain out inaccurate, and Metro 2 says it's inaccurate. So, it's the fight that you got to put in with the credit bureaus to get them to see that you're reporting inaccurate information. And I want to show you that this information is inaccurate. So now, the first thing we're going to cover is I'm getting ready to show you and excuse if you can't see it very well, but I'm going to show you an account from Midland Credit Management, and I'm going to show it now. Now, when you look at this account, Some of y'all may not think it's nothing wrong with it, but there are a lot of inaccurate information on this account, right? Let's start at the very top. All you see is the abbreviation Midland Credit Management. That's who the collection agency is. But what's missing is who is the original creditor. There's no listed of the original creditor. And anytime they don't do this, it doesn't really show up as a collection account. So if you ever look, especially if you're on Identity IQ and you look under collections, it's usually not under collections because it's not entered properly as a collection account. It may say collection, but just remember, an original creditor could put, in the account type collection because it's been charged off or whatever it could be. It still could be a collection, right? But the main thing about collection agencies or debt buyers, collection agency or debt buyers is that whenever they report anything on your credit report, they must report the original creditor. Why? Because you as a consumer have the right to know where this debt is coming from. If you look at this right here, you don't know where this debt is coming from. I've never signed any kind of agreement with you. Do you have a contract with me with my name and all that stuff on it? You don't have a contract that states that I entered into any type of agreement with you. So why are you reporting this account as if I have entered in some type of agreement with you? Very first thing wrong. And Metro 2 says, and when I show you this is an example of a dispute letter, we're going to go over exactly what Metro 2 says when it comes to the original creditor's name. So that's the very first thing wrong with this account. The account number, right? I always challenge that this is an incomplete account number. What is the full account number? This is an incomplete account number. And a lot of credit bureaus don't like to put the whole account number, but this is an incomplete account number. And I would say this account number is incomplete. The next thing we need to look down, everything else is pretty much on point. Collection, individual account, everything on here. I got to get back to it because one thing I hate about Identity IQ is when you're going through, they just knock you off. But anyway, let's get back to it. And then you have the next major thing you need to be looking at is date open. Date open is the day they have that account that they entered that account in their office or they received that account in their office. That is the date when that account became active with Midland Credit Management. That's a very important date you should be looking at. You look at the balance, which is good, is accurate. The high credit, Metro 2 says those two fields should be filled in. But now when you get down, you see past due balance. You can't have a past due balance on a collection account. Again, I never entered into agreement. This is a collection account. You just received this in your office at this date. It cannot report a past due balance. Metro 2 says this is not a field that needs to be entered. And then we're going to the next one. If you look at it, it says payment status, late 120 days. I can't be late 120 days with you because we've never come up with any type of agreement. Plus Metro 2 says this field should not be filled in. You cannot be late, so that's already inaccurate. The last date reported just says the last time they reported this account to the credit bureaus. But if you keep going down, you got date last active. Look at that date. They didn't even receive it till 1/1/2020, but they say the account was last active at 6/1/2019. Now let me read something to you when it comes to date last active, and I did a video on this. The first thing first, the DLA seems to have changed its definition since I was at Equifax. The date was always changed whenever a consumer made a payment, missed a payment, or a balance of the account increased. It was also the date that was used as the purge from date. It's the purge from function that seems to have changed. The DLA still changes when you make a payment or the balance of the account collection is updated by the debt collector. However, it's no longer the date used set for the purge clock. There's an actual date specifically used for the purpose called nobody surprises the purge from date. For example, on a collection account, the date reported on the item includes two dates. The first date is the date opened, which is the date the account was purchased or acquired by the debt collector. The second date, the date first delinquency, which is the date the account went into default with the original creditor. It's this second date that is used as the purge from date. The date cannot change unless it was reported in error. You notice that the DLA is not one of the two options. Debt collectors do not control the DLA. The credit bureaus control the DLA. However, I have heard that debt collectors like making changes to their account so that a balance increase is sent to the credit reporting agencies, which does update the DLA. The argument is a good one, is that if the balance of a collection account grows month over month or quarter over quarter, the collector is obligated to update the balance on the consumer credit report so that is accurate. The problem is updating the DLA can possibly lead to a lower credit score because of its recent activity, right? So that DLA should not change unless that there was a payment made, or you missed the payment, or the balance increased, right? When they change the dates on that date last active, it can affect your score. It causes it to be more recent. Now with a collection account, when that account was purchased or was assigned, it should be the same date as the open date. There's no other activity that happened on that account from that date. So when those dates are off, that is an inaccuracy. So I just really wanted to cover that. The next thing, date of last payment. We've never made a payment, so we can't have a date of last payment for this account. That's an inaccuracy. Then if you go down and look at the 2-year payment history, now this is just ridiculous. You have June, it was okay, but then July, it went to 120 days late in 1 month. It's only 30 days in a month. How could I be 120 days late on my 2-year payment history and then the next month be okay and the month before that be okay? So as you see, these are the things you need to be paying attention to on your credit report. These are the things that Metro 2 says you should be challenging and getting Equifax to update to be accurate. You also can send a letter in to Midland Credit Management and advise them that they are reporting this account inaccurate on my credit report, and you need to update it to be accurate, right? That's what I would do, because, or if you don't want to do that, take them to court for violations. But anytime you take anybody to court when he comes, and I'm not an attorney, I'm just saying they're going to ask you, did you go through the process of getting it corrected? Did you send in your first dispute letter? It came back verified. Did you send a follow-up? This is a method of verification. How did you verify this account? Because it is still reporting inaccurate information. Again, let me go over what is reporting inaccurate on this account. They come back verified. Again, I am requesting that this account from 1681 S-2, the investigation, that you do a proper investigation on this account. This account is not reporting accurately. Then after that, you may say, you know what, I'm gonna send one more letter. Now you have tracked that this account has been reporting, and you try to correct this account on your credit report. Now, if you wanted to go after them for it, then you have a paper trail, and you can go after the credit bureaus, and you can go after the original creditor, who is reporting Midland Funding that they're not reporting this account accurately on your credit report. Now let's go down and let's look at the same account, but it's reporting, one of them is reporting accurately and one still has a little hiccup. Let's go to the one that has a little hiccup. But we're going to start at the top. If you see it, they have Midland Credit Management, and then they also have who the original creditor is, Capital One Bank. That's accurate. You know where this account is coming from. Then if you look at it, you go back and everything is right. Collection, it was individual. Yes, it's a derogatory account. The date open is off. It says 1/21/2020. The balance high, the high credit, all that is correct. Payment status, if you notice, is correct. It should read charge off or collection. Date last reported is when they last reported. But on TransUnion, date last active is 10/16/2021. And this is what we talked about. Now, they made this account more current than when they purchased the debt. Because when they got the debt, it was 1/21/2020. Now, this is the collection agency playing games with you. Now, they put the date last active as 10/6/2021, meaning this account was active in October of this year and not January of 2020, which helps lower your scores. These are the things you need to be paying attention to when they do stuff like this. That's what you need to be disputing when it comes to TransUnion. You're going to dispute that date last active. Now, if you look at Experian, they're reporting it correctly. Now, if you don't know, Experian is the largest credit bureau. It's bigger than TransUnion and Equifax. That's why most times when you get inquiries, you got more inquiries on Experian than TransUnion and Equifax. It's the largest. Most creditors like using Experian. But if you look at it, it's right. Collection, you got to look at the account. Collection, individual, derogatory. It was received in there 1/1. They purchased it in 1/1/20. The balance is right. High credit is right. Payment status says charge off collection. Date last reported 10/6/20. And then the last active date is the same date as the date they purchased the date or the open date. So out of the three, there's only one reported accurately. And this is where you have to really scrub your credit report. You have to look at line by line by line across the board, especially if it's reporting. And if you notice, why is that Equifax is not reporting it with the other two? Why? Because the TransUnion and Experian is reporting it as a collection account. Equifax is reporting it like they are the original creditor. So no, it's not going to go on the same line. So that's how you dispute it. So it's not an original, they're not the original creditor, it's a collection account. So those are the things that you really have to scrub when you're looking. So we're gonna look into a dispute letter. Now, just follow me through this because I couldn't get it all on the screen so you could see it. So we have to do a little bit at a time. So if you look at it, what I started off with was an investigation dispute letter, subsection 1681S-2, which is investigation. Is given an investigation. You got Equifax's address. You're gonna have your name and address. Then I always have this section. According to the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the FCRA, section 1681S-2 covers the duty of the furnisher to provide accurate information among other things. Subsection A prohibits furnishers from reporting information with knowledge of error. Right? That's what I put on there. You don't need to put a whole bunch of 609, 603, 606. All I want to cover is you need to be doing a proper investigation. Then if you look, I say Midland Credit Management, and then I put the account number. And then again, I say subsection 1681S-2 states you must conduct a proper investigation. And then I go into what I am disputing. I am disputing the inaccurate and incomplete information reported on account 30355. Dispute 1. This account is missing the original creditor name that is required by Metro 2 reporting guidelines. Dispute 2. This account is reported as if Midland Credit Management is the original creditor. Please provide a contract or a written agreement that links John Doe or whoever your name is in Midland Credit Management. Dispute 3. The date of last payment 6/1/2019. This is an error and inaccurate information. Please investigate and provide a payment history of this account. Dispute 4. Payment status, late 120 days. This is an error and inaccurate information. Please provide the payment history on this account. This will prove this 120-day late payment is an error and inaccurate information. Dispute 5. 2-year payment history has an error and is reported inaccurate information. No 30, 60, or 90-day late payment, but you are reporting a 120-day late payment. Please investigate and provide payment history. Please delete this account because it doesn't meet Metro 2 guidelines for reporting accurate information on my credit report. This is my first notification in the dispute process. Then I go in and I told you I was going to talk about this section. Below I have list of policy for collection companies' responsibility in reporting the original creditor's name. K1 segment, original creditor name. K1 segment must be present each time an account is reported by a collection agency, debt buyer, check guarantee company, student loan guarantee agency, and the U.S. Department of Education. The purpose of reporting the original creditor name is to help consumers identify the source of accounts when they appear on a credit report. Without the original creditor name, the consumer may not know what the account represents. some state laws and CDIA policy stipulates that original client slash creditor must be identified. And I put that on there in the bottom. It was the first and the last. So that is our first class on a collection account, how you need to look at it, how you go line by line, an example on a dispute letter that I would send in on this account, and the information I would put in that dispute letter. So if you have any questions, you know the deal. Shoot me an email. I have no problem if people that have reached out to me, I have took the time to talk to them, answer any questions. If you want my dispute package, all this information is in there. Everything that I use is in this packet, no secrets, everything. And if you have any questions, especially if you buy the package, you have my phone number. You can call me. You can answer questions. You can ask questions, and I'm readily available for you. Even if I don't even answer the phone because I do have a full-time job, you leave a message, I get back to you immediately. You could text me, I get back to you. You can email me. You can email, text, call. Now, how many other people on YouTube are doing all that? And not just giving you information, but giving you a line of communication to help you through this process. So you know the deal. Subscribe, share the channel. I'm bringing you real information. I'm going to continue to bring this Metro 2 information to you to help you through your situation. So I'm coming with another Metro 2 class. They coming hot and heavy. And if you have any questions or if there's a class you want me to cover, let's go. We can get back into it. But anyway, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Please hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe, share the channel. I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much for coming to hang out with me. It's my job to get you this information to help you. If I wasn't clear on something, just hit me up. I'll be clear. I'll take the time. So I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much. And y'all have a blessed evening.